Welcome to another video with the GS. Today I'm going to be changing the standard injectors to the upgraded R1200 version. Now if you're considering this upgrade for your bike, the upgrade kit consists of two Bosch R1200 injectors and two adapters to go on the end of the injectors so that they fit nice and snugly in the throttle body of your bike. These will be a much better spray pattern than the originals, as demonstrated by this video, which has an R1200 injector on the left hand side producing a more atomized spray compared to the R1100 injector on the right, which is a direct jet. I'm going to put all the information in the description below relating to this and all the bikes that this kit will fit according to the people that I bought it from. But please do your research and have a look. And if this video helps you in any way, please press the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to help grow the channel. If you're going to play along at home, it's recommended you remove the negative lead off the battery and depressurize the fuel system before removing this first screw. There is another one, but it's a little bit harder to get to, as I'll show you in a bit. Next up, I use a long screwdriver to press the spring catch and then disconnect the multi-pin electrical connector. I have to use a little bit of gentle persuasion because it is a bit stiff, but the one on the right hand side was much easier than this. This is the second screw that's holding the injector in, and it's a little bit awkward to get to, so I'm using a little Allen key followed by my fingers just to twist throughout the rest of the way. And with the two screws removed, it's just a case of pulling the injector out of the throttle body, and as you can see there's nothing actually wrong with this injector. It's in really good condition, there's nothing clogged up in there, so I'm pretty content that this can be saved for another day. With the injector removed from the throttle body, the last thing to do is remove this retaining clip from the retaining bracket. And that allows me to pull the injector from the retaining bracket, obviously spilling a little bit of fuel because even though the fuel line is depressurized, there's always going to be a residue left unless you completely vent it first. Now I'm not sure how well this is going to come out on screen, but the one on the right here, that's the new injector, looks nice and slim. Obviously I'm going to make that fatter by adding the new adapter to it. That's the original. It is a much bigger unit in comparison, and the holes on the top as well, again I don't think you can see them, but I'll put pictures up if you can. The new injector inlet is massive compared to the original, so hoping the fuel efficiency and everything else on this is a bit different and does give that smoother ride that everybody says. So yeah, we'll go about fitting it now and seeing what it looks like afterwards. Now before I can fit the upgraded kit into the throttle body, I need to connect the new adapter to the injector. And that's all I'm going to do is put the injector inside the adapter and give it a nice good squeeze to make sure there's a nice good seal. Now it's time to fit the injector into the retaining bracket, and that's all I've got to do is put the injector in with the electrical connector facing uppermost and squeeze it in until it's seated in its final position. And with the injector in place, it's time for me to fit the retaining clip, and that's all I do is press down on it until it makes a nice snapping noise, ensuring it's gone into the guide on the injectors and actually holds the retaining clip against the injector as well. Before fitting the injector into the throttle body, I spray some carb cleaner on a cloth and just place it in and give it a bit of a wipe to make sure there's no build-up or anything else inside. I then oil the outside of the new adapter with a little bit of engine oil to make it slide into place a bit easier. Then it's time to push it into its final place, making sure it's pushed all the way to the stop, ensuring the retaining bracket is in the position where it can't be pushed in any further and that it's lined up for the screws to be fitted after the injector is in place. And with the injectors fitted, I'm on a homeward stretch. I've just got to fit the last two screws. I'm going to go with the inside first, using my fingers to carry out a bit of tightening action. Use the Allen key for that final bite, and then do exactly the same with the right hand side. The last thing for me to do is fit the electrical connector, and I just push it on until it clicks, and then I give it a little bit of a pull to make sure it is seated correctly, and I do the same with the injector, and that is it. Job done. The right hand side of the bike is exactly the same, but I'm not going to go through it all. I just wanted to show you that you need to take off the black plastic panel on the side of the fuel tank just to get access to everything. Now with my new injectors fitted, it's time to synchronize them both, and that's all I've got to do is turn the bike on, twist the throttle twice, and then knock the bike off. And that should be them synchronized. Now it's a week later from that last segment, and that's because I couldn't get the bike started. The bike has a battery drain feature and I don't know what's going on there. So that's another investigation for another day. But today I just wanted to get the bike started and just show you what it's like. It is a bit smoother in my opinion. It sounds a little bit smoother compared to what it was. it was a little bit choppy, and sometimes when you let the throttle off, it would just almost get to a point where it would hesitate, not die, but sort of come back. But now it's nice. It's nice and smooth. So I'm really pleased with how that's going. Obviously the Motronic system is going to take a bit of time to adjust to what's going on, and it may change things. It may go back to the way it was, where it had that little bit of hesitation, but for now we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take it out for a ride and I'll film that ride. But for now, I'm going to bring the video to an end. Thank you very much for watching. If you found any value in this video, please drop a thumbs up down below, and maybe consider subscribing if it helps you out in your choice in putting these new injectors on your bike. But thanks again. I'll bring you another video soon.